Hello, hi Mary. First here. Okay, 10 on now. Cheryl's commenting on my phone, but I think I think you might be on last week's live and don't realise that you are. So I'm not sure how we're going to get her over to this one. But anyway, hello everyone. Hello. You're all jumping on, so maybe she'll realise that it was last week's and not tonight's. We'll see. We'll see if she comes here in a minute. Hi Deborah. Hello. Jeanette. Hello. Yep, all jumping on now. Christine, hi there over on YouTube. Julie, hello. Catherine, hello. We'll wait for a few more. Had a day at Craft Alive today. Hi, Caroline. Melissa, hello. Bit cold in Melbourne. We've had sunshine in the mornings, and then the rain that was forecast all week has come in the afternoons. Hi, Anne. Did I see you there today? I think you were there today. Or am I thinking I saw you last night? I'm sure I saw you there today in the distance. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Chris. Hello. So it's our Island Quilts State Quilt Exhibition. Here you are, Cheryl. You found the right one. Good. Hi, Caroline. And Craft Alive show here today and the next two. Hi, Diane. Okay, interesting. That's interesting. Okay. It is cool, but not freezing. I've got the heater on, but no, it's not freezing. I'm sure spring is peaking there. Hi, Trish. Great to see you today. Nice to see you here tonight. You were there today. I thought I saw you, Anne. Yeah. What was I saying? Can't remember. Anyway, we're at the Quilt and Craft show today. Hi, Karen. Hi, Liz. And spent a couple of hours there, and then until the rains came. So the rains have been coming in the afternoons, but lovely sunny mornings. And all my roses are sprouting, and as in the leaves, my wisteria buds are just plump now. And I saw, who did I see? Del, someone in Victoria yesterday, and they're all in flower. We're nowhere near that yet. Hi, Karen. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Carol. Carol from Shep. Hi. Have you been here before, Carol? I'm not sure if you have. Welcome if you're new here. Maureen, hello. Wendy, watching live. Okay, I don't think I've seen you. Rosie, hi. Denise, Sol, Sharon, Diane, everyone's here. Everyone's on tonight. Good. So yes, anyway, had a few hours at the craft show today, Craft Alive, and the quilt show, having a look at the quilts and things after the award evening last night, which was nice to go to. Congratulations to Tracy on Best of Show and a few other, and our Lauren in from the shop got a first prize in the tiny quilts, the miniature quilts, with a very intricate paper pieced little pineapple sort of block thing. Carmel, are you new here as well? Carmel Grimes, not sure, you might be new. Welcome if you are. 37 for us on Sunday. 37? Holy dooly. Oh, no, we don't get 37 ever, but we're way off of that. We're still cold. Okay, 37. Wow. Joe, hello, good evening. Francis, hello. Are you new too? You might be new as well. Maybe you have been once before or watched it on replay. So last Sunday I had a day off. I did actually have a day off. Hi, Naomi. And went to just a little market out at Elwick, a new little market. I don't very often spend much at markets, but I did. I bought my new alpaca socks that are on my feet right now, and my feet aren't cold at all. See, maybe that's why I'm not feeling the cold. Hi, Fiona. Hi, Helen. And I bought one of my favourite gin places, Drifter's End Distillery, was there, and they've got a new limited edition gin. So I've got a new one tonight. Hi, Julia. Cheryl, hello. Chris, watching from a motorhome in Queensland. Oh, nice. Sounds like bliss if the weather's nice. Nice to see you. Leanne, hello. Helen home, hello. Have I seen you here before? Gosh, we've got all these people here tonight. Judith, Karen, hello. Were you there today? I don't think so. I don't think you were there today. Gail, hello from Melbourne. Yeah, so just catching up with so many people last night and again today. It's lovely to catch up with so many people you don't see often. Okay, back to my gin. So a new limited edition it is. So they've done a partnership with the Tasmanian Leatherwood Honey, the Bee Collective, I think. From the Bee Collective. And so it is Leatherwood Honey Pepperberry Gin. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? 35 in Queensland. Wow. Oh, right. That Carol. Yes. Hello. Hi. Okay. Just didn't recognize the name. Okay. Welcome, Carol. Hello. I saw her a couple of weeks ago. Yes. Leanne, hello. Ange, hello. Rhonda, hi. Andrea, hi. So it's sort of, it's like I just tasted it straight. It's almost medicinal. It's like having a lemon honey drop. Because I think it's good for you because it's got that lemon in it, and then it's just got the little edge of the Tasmanian pepperberry. It is a limited edition, so I don't know how long they'll have it. But it says boldly Tasmanian. This gin brings together the floral sweetness of wild leatherwood honey, sourced in partnership with the Bee Collective, and the spicy warmth of native pepperberry. Vibrant, complex, and unapologetically unique, crafted to be enjoyed your way. Anyway, so I had to crack it because Shed Guy wanted to taste. Did you? She said it was new and limited edition. That was good sales talk, wasn't it? Okay. You bought the actual honey and leatherwood honey and pepperberry one. Oh well. Bathurst Blue Mountain Gin. That sounds interesting. It was meant to be raining all week here, Fiona. And it has, but not all day. We've had lovely sunshine in the morning, and then the rain comes overnight and in the afternoon. So that's quite good. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Del. Hi, Vicky. So which is like perfect for the garden. So I did only just put my seeds in last week. I'm a bit late with my seeds, but they're inside the glass. Oh, okay. Well, so much I fell for that marketing trick then, didn't I? But it is a new one to me. It's the nice time of the year when the garden's all just starting to shoot, along with the weeds. But anyway. Hi, Marg. Hi, Tanya. Yeah, so just a dash of soda with it. But it is quite warming. It's very smooth and warming because it's got that honey in it. I'm not a huge fan of honey on its own, but fire ban because of the heat. Wow. Okay. We're a long way from a fire ban yet, but they are talking about getting prepared. So, yep, that's nice. But it is a bit like a lemon drop, like a honey and lemon drop when you've got a cold. Very drinkable, though. Very drinkable. I've got no rose buds yet, but all the leaves, and it's just that, those first few weeks when they're all the new green growth on the roses without any black spot. Ideally, I should be starting my 2 weekly spraying for black spot, which I think of doing maybe twice, and then I forget, and then I lose it, and the black spot comes. But that's all right. The flowers are still okay. Hi, Beverly. Little rainy and windy. Yeah, no, it is a wet week. But that's all right. The rain is good. Hi, Michelle. Hi. All right. So we've got a few on here. So let's see what I've got to show you. We've all been busy. Now, first note I need to say, Jo is here tonight. I haven't seen her yet, but she might be around. She doesn't have to be tonight. We're not doing any big sales or anything. And she's heading off on Saturday for a week's holiday. She doesn't know where she's going yet, but she knows she's going on the boat, so she's going to land in Victoria. And because Lauren's knee deep in uni work, and she can't do every day, then the orders posting out might be a little slow for a week. Hi, Jo. Hi, Janine. Hi, Amelia. He's okay. He actually came back in really good spirits. Yeah, he was very philosophical about it. At least they got there and it was a good game. So, and he had really good seats. He was sitting right behind Abby and the interchange boxes, so he could see exactly what they were doing on all the players when they came off injured. And he got to catch up with all his cousins and all the Rankin descendants, because apparently it was 100 years to the day that his great uncle captained Geelong to a premiership. So there you go. Okay, so orders might be a little slow shipping for a week. She's only going for a week, so we have to let her have some time off. And Lauren's our backup orders girl, and she has to actually concentrate on her uni studies sometimes, unfortunately, or fortunately. Are you home, Jane? You've just made it home, maybe? Hi, Mandy. Hi, Pamela. We weren't the only one, Pamela. I saw someone else was over there commenting too, and I thought, oh, they don't realise that they're not watching the live one. At least you found us. Good. When still trying to get onto them, Sharon. They were meant to be here by the end of September, but and then when they do get there, that we've got quite a long list for Shed Guy to cut. So it's all in there ready as soon as they arrive. I might call again tomorrow. Hi, Kylie. Off to Adelaide Sunday. Oh, nice, Mandy. See you, Mum. So it'll still be another week or two, I think, Sharon. Sorry about that. The orders are banking up. And then our backup paper that we were cutting from, that's run out as well. So anyway, the joys of manufacturing, that's for sure. Okay, so I've got some new fabrics to unwrap here and some really nice ones, I think. So let's go to overhead. So this is a motor one. So there are always surprises. When you order them like 6 and 9 months before, you completely forget what you've ordered. Good, Sharon. You got plenty to go on with. Hello, Janet. Hello. I saw you ordered the Christmas box. Yes, you got in. I'll talk about that in a minute. This is Kath Holden. It's from the Paper Hamlet collection. Now, Kath Holden does all the scrapbooking or all the vintagey type papers and things into fabric. So this one's got all birds. And it's got like a newsprint on the background, and then it's got leaves, organic leaves, and then all these birds. But the birds sort of have newsprint on them. We'll go a bit closer so you can see it up close. So that's nice. And then this is another one from the range. We must have just chosen a couple that someone liked. Maybe Lauren chose. Because this one is houses. But again, it's all sort of collaged different newsprints and vintage adverts and things like that. So they sort of go together. Well, they do go together. They're the same collection. But we just got the two from there. Yes, Fiona, came out in the newsletter last night. So there is still, I think we're about halfway sold. So I'm going to put the link in tonight if the links work. Otherwise, just search for the H&K Happy Box. It might be on the front page of the website. But yes, I didn't look how many have gone tonight when I got home. There was a whole list of orders through on the emails, but I didn't actually look how many were left. And a few of you who got in really quickly, for some reason the shipping wasn't working. So there are some that will be sending invoices for the shipping, as was written in the description. The houses, the houses are cool. It's nice. So there's that one. Then we have from Free Spirit from Morris & Co. We just topped up a few William Morrises. Isn't that one glorious? That is beautiful. Would make a lovely bag. Now, one of the ladies that won an award last night, she had the most beautiful William Morris top on, just over sort of black pants and long black boots. It was really lovely. I was trying to catch up to her to ask her where she got it from. But anyway, we always love William Morris. So this one is a nice blue on blue one. What is that one called? It would be a classic design. Marigold. So that one's called Marigold. That's obviously a marigold flower. That is nice. And then, again, Free Spirit. This one is Kirsten Katz. And if you know Kirsten Katz, she does really lovely, bright, interesting, funky stuff. And this one is called Wild Blooms Silver. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, that's nice and bright. And they are, I think, they're meant to be like Australian natives, don't you think? I think they look like natives. Proteas and bottle brush sort of thing. I think that's what they're meant to be looking like. Hi, Nancy. So that one's nice. And then this one is called Paradise Blooms Collection. This one's called Playful Proteas. So what is this one called? Maybe it says what it's called. I looked at the wrong thing. That's just called Wild Blooms, that one. That's Wild Blooms. And this one is Playful Proteas. So they are sort of Australiana type. So that's another gorgeous fabric. Lovely and bright. For all those that have done the Kathy Dowdy organic applique type quilts, lovely and bright florals for things like that, or anything. Nice bag, nice skirt in a quilt. So that one's nice. Then at the very other end of the spectrum, let's go from busy to calm. And I'm thinking we haven't got the feature print that was meant to go with this yet, but there's this lovely, this is To the Moon and Back by Papercloth from Moda. So that's a really soft baby blue. And then there's this one, which is like a cream with the sort of nudes and neutrals, and it's got the baby blue in there. So I'm wondering if we did also order a feature print and it hasn't come, because we normally would. Oh, but we do have, looks like we have the 5-inch charm packs. So maybe we got 2 coordinates to make any of the Simply Charm patterns. So it's very soft. It's a nursery range, obviously, for a little baby. It's got that sort of petrol-y duck egg blue, or more of a steely petrol grey in it, greeny grey. The stripes, it's very calm and quite neutral for a nursery quilt. So that's a nice collection. Well, great for any of the Simply Charm patterns. So you've got two coordinates that will work, borders or sashings, and then the little charm packs. Looks like we've got that. All right. That's all the new bolts she sent me home with. Oh, this is nice. Nursery Quilt Trish, if you're still here, can't have too many. Trish is going to be a grandma soon. Right, we also have Basic Grey Posh Layer Cake. So this one, if we flick through it, what do we have? So black with spots, and it's like a blacky brown tone on tone. So it's all sort of dark neutrals. Quite typical basic grey colours. A bit like my 90-minute lounge quilt colours, if you remember that from a few years ago. Make a lovely It's a Cinch quilt with these charms, these 10-inch squares, layer cakes. Through to the coffee, latte, cream, and then more greys. Yep, that would be gorgeous. That would make a gorgeous quilt. Any sort of layer cake pattern, very, very simple one. Hi, Anita. Hello. Yeah, lovely. That would make a really nice collection. It is basic grey. They do nice collections. If I had time, I would make a sample in it, but I'd just get the sample made and they'll all be gone. Hi, Kim. Hello. So what else has she got in here? We have got mini charms. So for any of the mod hexie runners and mod hexie cushions and things like that, they're really good. So that's navies through blues through to creams, and we've got a sample in that colorway, like a different collection but that colorway, and we always, anytime I get another collection the same, I grab one because it looks really nice. So that's Bluebird's Nest by Kansas Trebles Quilters, and this is a jelly roll, so we have a jelly roll in that as well. So if we go in, let's go all the way in, sorry, so you can see the creams with navies through the light denim blues right up to the navies. So if that's your colorway, that would look really nice too. The price of the layer cake, where did I put it? Oh, I put it back in there. Layer cakes now, as of course all the prices have gone up. They're up to $104.50. That one. I remember when they were like $75, and they've been $85 for $90 for a long time. But we are now, this one would have copped the tariffs. So $104.50. I'll put the links in a minute at the end. But it would make a beautiful quilt, that one. Right. Now I've got fluff all over my ironing mat. A couple of new haby things we've got in. We've just got some double-sided water-soluble tape. And I'm going to show you a project in a minute that I've just made that this came in very handy for with my zippers. So it's I think it's 20 meters or 20 yards for $10. Now I haven't got the links in for these. They're not on the websites yet. 2 of the mini charm packs, Karen. Okay. Search for H&K Happy Box, Fiona. Hi, Vicky and Maggie. Now, it was Maggie's birthday this week, wasn't it? Yes. I will put the link in a minute if the links work this week. They didn't work. A jelly roll in the basic blacks would be great too. It would be, but I don't think we got the jelly rolls. I think we just got the layer cakes. So anyway, double-sided water-soluble tape. Very handy thing to have in your haby stash. What else is new? We also got these, I can find the opening, set of 3 Teflon mats. So there's just 3 in there, so you can use one for the oven, one for the barbecue, and one for your quilting ironing board. Hi, Carleen. And that's just 3 for $10, those ones. So they are in, but again, they're not on the website. So just put them in the comments until we get them up there in the next couple of days. Hi, Gidget. Oh, how dare they? How dare they call you while I'm talking to you? Yes, how rude. So there's those. And then I've also just got these, which I have put, if I can get it out of the packaging, on my sewing machine. So it depends what sewing machine you've got, but just stuck one of these. They're see-through. When you peel it off the paper, they're see-through little rulers, and I've stuck it to the side of my my needle, my press foot and needle, so that even though I've got my 1/4-inch tape down the middle that I use for 1/4-inch seams and for half square triangles and things, this one, if I wanted to do like 5, it's in centimeters, not inches, but that's all right. But if I wanted to do like vertical quilting lines, evenly spaced without marking them, and you can get your little leg thing that you screw into your foot, but I just find it moves, then I could use this, say, at 6 centimeters every time. So it's just a little measurement when you're doing different seam allowances. For example, I was making a bag this week, and different parts of the bag making, you had to do either a 1/4-inch or a 1/2 inch or a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Well, I could probably convert that to centimeters and use just a little measuring tape. So anyway, they're just $5, and there's a whole stack on the one pack. But again, they're not on the website yet. All right. So that was a few new things. So if you didn't see it last night on the newsletter, The Christmas box went out, which is usually sells out overnight. It has for the last couple of years. We've upped the amount a little bit. And this year it's not the 12 days of Tilda. This year it's just the HNK Happy Box, because I was just running out of Tilda things to give you, and I felt that everyone would be saturated with Tilda. However, some of the projects that I'm making to put in it are using Tilda fabrics. So if you've already bought fabrics and you've got Tilda fabrics, then you can make them in Tilda. But we're not including them because we just can't get enough to fill the boxes. Oh, that's interesting. Oh no, the Happy Box just went in. Okay, good. So the links are working tonight. I'll put those other links in too then. So yes, if you don't procrastinate too long, they won't be shipping until the end of November. They won't be wrapped in 12 separate packages this year. This is going to be one box of gifts for you, so you can either open them when you first get it and start making your projects before Christmas, because there will be some quick little makes in there that you might want to do, or you can wait and open it on Christmas Day so you've spoilt yourself and you've got projects for all next year then. So if you didn't see that in the newsletter, then it is on the website, and I've put the link in there for you. And I'm just putting some of the other links for those charm packs I showed you. I saw yours come through, Diane. Why did I? No, I did see yours come through. I'm thinking, why did I remember your name? No, it's because you're watching on YouTube and commenting on Facebook. Yes. Saw lots of names I recognise, so you know that you have to be quick. You've learnt from missing out other years. I think we could give good value though, so and certainly much better value getting it in that than when and if I release things separately afterwards. All right. Okay, what else forgot to show you? Bit of show and tell. I have finished all my I haven't got a name yet, my pink linen quilt that I've been showing you. So you might have seen them on my stories maybe as I finished each one. So I think I've finished them all, but I'm waiting on Shed Guy to cut me more papers to do more edges. So that's 1. 2. It's my little cat. And then that was my elephant. That's the one that's already on the background. Are you doing a Christmas cruise as well? Oh, I'm doing a Christmas cruise, Joe. Nice. I've done a Christmas cruise. Christmas ones and New Year's ones are fun. Well, they were when we had kids, little kids anyway, but yes, they can be. That was the elephant. And then we had the penguin. And we had the peacock. And the owl. Oh, look, I haven't finished that one because I saved those bits for when the green came. So I need to go and finish that. Oh, that's good. I've got a few more to go. All right. Put that one aside to remember to finish it. This was the bunny. Now, obviously, when I sent through the transfer, it had all centered and his whiskers had slipped into there. So I didn't need to wash that off. So he's got a little bit of a dirty nose, but that's okay. It'll be fixed by the time it goes out to anyone else. And that was taken off Matilda's bunny, Hudson. So had a photo of him to work out how he should look. So yeah, that's Hudson, the expensive bunny. And then a butterfly. And my llama. So I think that's 9. Anyway, now I just have to do all the rest of these because there's 24 on each one, and I thought I had a huge packet of papers, but it really only did 2. So, or 3 it did. Yeah, that was the check. I switched to the check from the spots. Anyway, hopefully I'll start getting that together next week, but I'm madly working on Christmas box things now. Now, Donna has been busy remaking some old projects for me. Will come out in the newsletter in a couple of weeks because we're just waiting on threads, but I thought I'd give you a sneak peek, because you're lucky if you come on here, you get sneak peeks. So this is Gran's Christmas table. And the pattern has, and we're using the Pocket Full of Joy fabrics, the Christmas range I showed you a few weeks ago from Natalie Bird. Bentley, you don't have to swallow the whole bed. Gosh, if you could only see. Warm hugs. The llama and the elephant. Everyone's got their favourites. So anyway, the patterns for 4 placemats and 4 little coasters or mug rugs, and then this candle mat here. So which could be used table center or any sort of center sort of thing. I called it a candle mat, but it could be anything. And so I made this one years and years ago, in fact 2011, with Lynette Anderson fabrics. So the original one's done with that. So it was time for a revamp because I think it's still quite a nice little collection. And we had these new Christmas fabrics, so it's actually freshens it up a little bit and brightens it up a little bit compared to what Lynette's fabrics were. Yes, well, that means we'll be out in the middle of the night again, won't we, Fiona? Okay, with tummy ache. So that's Gran's Christmas table, but the first one that was done was Gran's Christmas pud, and I may have shown you this last week, did I? I can't. Let's go back to this one and I'll hold it up and show you. So it's reasonably long. So that one's more of a table runner that would go along, a side table or the center of your dining table or a mantelpiece or something like that. And this one has, yes, Joe, that's right. So this is the one that has my grandmother's plum pudding recipe, because she always made the plum pudding until and before she passed, I said, I need your recipe, Grandma, and we haven't had it since, so I should make it one day. I'm not a big Christmas pudding maker, but I have the recipe, and you get the recipe in the pattern. So there you go. No, I didn't see the llama at the show. A real one or a cake? I didn't see it. I know. I didn't get to do Bentley, Sue. I know. I might still do some more, and you can choose the ones that you want. But yeah, poor Bentley didn't get a look in. So it's got applique circles in it, so you get your pre-cut circles, and then there's some of those that got stitchery on them, and the little scallops at the end, so you get a bit of applique, a bit of stitchery, and yeah, comes together quite nicely. You just do all the stitchery on one big piece of fabric and then cut it out afterwards and fuse the circles on to turn them over. So thank you to Donna for making that for me. And one day she'll get it back for her Christmas table. Yes. So I think they might already be on the website. I'm not sure, but they were in the newsletter in a couple of weeks' time. Now, the bag I was telling you about that I was going to show you. So this is not just for anything. Those that have been following for quite a few years may remember the Sewpink by Annie blog hop initiative. So I partaken in that for several years, but I didn't do it last year, maybe not the year before. Anyway, so a series of designers or bloggers, it used to only be about 12 of us, but now they've got 31 every day for a month from around the world. Just do a blog post and offer a project or anything. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be a project, to raise awareness. And it was always Sewpink October Breast Cancer Month. This year she's actually done something every month, and every month is a different cancer, but she's still running the blog program in the month of October, but we could choose any cancer. So I'm actually doing mine in honor of an army family friend that we lost just a few weeks ago, from bowel cancer. And before she did pass, her auntie, who is my very good friend, chatted to her, told her that this is what I was doing and where would she like any donations directed to, which she has requested the Olivia Newton-John Centre, which is where she spent a lot of her. She only was diagnosed and passed less than 2 years later. So, but she spent a lot of that 2 years at the Olivia Newton-John Centre Hospital in Melbourne. So my blog post comes out on the 12th of October. I'll remind you all next week. Is it a Saturday or a Sunday? I think it's a Sunday, the 12th. And so I normally make a buy any pattern and then personalize it in some way, because there are people from all over the world reading it, so they can get their buy any pattern anyway. So anyway, I spent the whole day, because as you know, if you've made a buy any pattern, it's not something you make in a couple of hours. So I spent the whole day making the snapshot bag, which I had to choose something just by looking at photos that I thought that my stitchery would fit on, because I wanted it to be, I wanted to do this stitchery. So the snapshot bag it's got like a adjustable strap, but it's meant to be able to be folded over like a purse, like that. Let's go overhead. It's meant to fold over like a purse, like that, with a zip at the top and a zip there. Or you can, once you fill it up and you need it bigger, then you have it high like that. And then inside it's got some elastic pockets in there as well. So I chose a Tilda wallflower fabric because we had that and I liked it. And then I chose a bee fabric for the lining, which is not Tilda. And then I designed this little stitchery. So yes, you can buy the pattern, and yes, you can buy the kit exactly the same. Or what you will be able to do is just buy the stitchery, and it can either come by paper with a transfer or you can get a download. And there's going to be various prices on that, and you just choose what you'd like to donate and pay that price for it. And then all profits from that will be donating to the Olivia Newton-John Centre. So I will direct you to the blog post next week. I will be putting a post up during the week, just sharing other people's blogs, because if you go to buy any Sewpink now, you'll see that it started on the 1st of October. So there could be free or special things every day of the month that you can take a look at and spread the word. But my little stitchery design, so in honour of T, so T was 35, and her mum and I did our needlecraft skills TAFE course together like 30 years ago, and been close friends ever since. And now her mum's sister lives here and is my best friend here, one of my best friends here. So that's what army family's like. Anyway, T loved bees, anything bees. So I've got bees on there, and fly on sweet bee. She loved frogs. She collected frogs. She was very creative. She did lots of crafts. And then there's a bit of an inside story about chickens. So at her funeral, there was hundreds and hundreds of little tiny little yellow chicks everywhere. So I've included all those. Might not mean anything to anyone else, but it was a sweet little design, and I know that what it meant to her. So it is in honour of her. And then Angel got their angel wings here. So anyway, that was it. No, you would be ordering through me, Fiona. So it'll come out in a blog post, which will link into a newsletter, and the stitcher will be in and the kit will be available from us. You can get the pattern anywhere, but we'll have the kit and in these fabrics, and obviously we'll be selling the stitchery. So, and it's up to you how much and if you want to donate to the Olivia Newton-John Centre. And the only other thing I thought I might do is I'm going to put some little tabs. I'm going to do some more little tabs and put them up the top, because I think I will have it as a full bag almost all the time. And I want it to see how it just hangs at that middle point. So I think I'd like to be able to change the straps to the top when you just had it as a full bag. I took it to Craft Alive today, wore it to Craft Alive today, hanging like that. And while it was on my body, it sat sort of flat and I had everything in it. It's quite big. You can put a lot in it. But in typical buy any pattern, it's very stabilized. It's got lots of padding. It's got lots of foam and all your little bits and everything in it. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's quite nice. I'm quite happy with it. So that will be... so the blog comes out on the 12th. I don't think the stitchery's up there in the kits yet. So that'll be up early next week. And then but I'll put the links in next week, Fiona. And it will be in the newsletter as well. Yes, well, that was my idea in my head, Sue, and I think it came out well. So I could show you what I made to send over for the funeral too, but I'll show you that in another blog post sometime. Sometimes words aren't enough, and people like us, or people like me, can only express through stitches. So I did make something small and special to send over. Yeah, so that's bringing awareness to all cancers, but in the month of October, which is the breast cancer month. And I saw something about the Olivia Newton-John Centre on the TV last night. I think her daughter was, they're doing a run or a walk or something. So there was something on it about it last night. Yes, Army family are very special. We might not see them for many, many years, but when you sort of grow up together and the kids grow up together and then they move apart and come back together, it's they'll always be a special part of our life. Okay, last thing to show you is I just thought I'd do a little demo because I happen to be working on some EPP diamonds. So might have done it before, but I thought I'd go through again how we join our EPP diamonds. A walk. Oh, okay. Is that what it was? Yeah, I think it was something like that. Because what's her cousin's name? Olivia's cousin's name that's here. I've gone a blank. Yeah, she was on there as well, and her husband, Olivia's husband. Yeah, just home from the pub. Oh, where did you go for dinner, Deb? Which pub did you go to? You've lucked out on the weather until the evening each time. Okay, it's this weekend. Yeah, it was all on, I'm sure it was on Current Affair or something last night in the news. I don't know, something that happened to be on while I wasn't watching. All right, EPP diamonds overhead. We'll go half zoom. So I've been doing a little bit of fussy cutting with some Tilda. And I'm trying to remember which collection this is from. I don't know, is it Wallflower? I don't think. No, I think it's the one before that. The Shamrock. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, Toddy Goldsmith. That's right. It is too. Yes. Hi, Isabel. Yes, you'll have to watch on catch up. That's right. Yeah, Toddy Goldsmith. That's right. I just couldn't remember. Yes, she was on there as well. Okay, and Chloe, isn't it? Chloe Latanzi, I think, was her daughter. So a bit of fussy cutting. So I'm going to show you how I stitch them together and the best way to stitch diamonds to get a nice flat center. This one I sort of fussy cut, but it wasn't symmetrical fabric, so it didn't really work. This one will work if I get them all around the right way. You can see that it gives a nice, that one's clearly not around the right way. When I look at it in the camera, you'll get that secondary design there. All right, so where am I up to? So I've started 2, and I've started at the outside edge here. And I've just got my applique needle and a Wonderful, or it might be a bottom line still, fine poly thread. And we'll go on to zoom. So I'm just whip stitching that together. Now I've got my edges close together and I've got it sitting along the top of my finger there, and I've got it pinched nice and tight here so it can't flap around. So when I slide my needle across the top of my finger, it just catches the 2 folds where the fabric's folded around the paper, and the stitch needs to be directly perpendicular to the seam, so straight across, not on an angle. My thread's a little bit long, so I'm having to do a fair bit of exercise to pull it through. Just be thankful it's not on a plane and I'm not stabbing someone next to me every time I pull it through in the eye. Now this is a 2-inch diamond, so it's a fairly long edge, so quite a few stitches. And as I pull through, I'm tugging really tightly. I like a really tight tension so that we don't see any daylight through our seams when I open it up. But I'm going to get to about here and check that my two endpoints are exactly matching. And if they're not, with the soft iron-on papers, I can ease that in now to make sure that my my two end points are going to be exactly the same. You might see one on here. Here, there's just a little gather there where I had to ease it in for some reason, and I'll need to steam that out, and that'll just steam down flat. But you need to make sure that your end points, beginning and end points, are the same. Sometimes I use a mirror for fussy cutting, Catherine. This one I just used the fabric. I could just see through on the back, and I just guessed what was going to look all right. In fact, it wasn't even that. It was where I could get 6 out of it because I only had a limited amount of fabric. There's a few messages there I've missed. Let me just see those messages. It's the niece is Toddy God. So it's a cousin to Chloe. Hibernation. That's right. That's what it was called. Joe is here. Hello. Yeah, I know we've all got too many friends, haven't we? Oh, Carlene, did you? Yes, he's retired. Yes, was it a good concert? Yeah, I did read that up there. Yes, he's retired. That's exactly right, Karen. It does create a bond for life, even if you don't see them for a few years in between. It will always be there. So sometimes I do use a mirror to work out where the best one is, but in this case, I just used my eye. And as I said, where I worked out where I could get 6 repeats because I needed 6. A couple of them were very close to the edge, as you can see here. I've got the selvage in it, but we're just going to wing that. So I just fold my little flaps down out of the way when I'm getting to the end, but I'm still pinching it so I've got complete control. If you hold it like this, like down there, then as you stab, see how it just moves? So you can't get it exactly where you want it to go, and that's when you take 2 deeper stitches. So you need to be holding it and pinching it really tight right up at the top so it can't move, and your needle just grabs those 2 folds. All right, stitch it to the end. And then my last stitch is going to go through the exact 2 points, through those 2 points again, through the loop and tie a knot. Okay, then I'm going to fold that back nice and flat, and I'm going to flip my seam allowances back over. You want them all going in the same direction. Hopefully when you glued them, they're all going in the same direction. So they end up forming a little circle in the middle. And then I'm going to take my next one, which is going to go there, flip it over. Then I could work back to front here, but just because it works better in my mind, I'm just going to turn it around, and then I'm going to start at the center and work out. So I'm going to get my flaps out of the way so I can see exactly where my 2 points are, line them up, and go through those 2 points, through the 2 points again, through the loop, pull it really nice and tight. So I've pulled those 2 points together nice and tightly. And because it's with the 3rd point that we already did, because that was already sewn together, all those 3 points should match up. And then I just continue down that side. Now, I should have pre-stitched half of these because I don't think you want to sit here and watch me stitch 6 of them. But I'll just talk you through the rest. And then I will finish it afterwards. Gosh, that gin has warmed my head. Or warmed my throat maybe. But I'm certainly not cold. Right, now here's an instance where my two ends are not even for some reason. I must have been a bit slack on my gluing, and I should have checked this a bit earlier because it's quite a bit different. So I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to ease that all in, but I'm going to start easing it in. And I can also ease it to make sure that my pattern where my fussy cutting is also matching on the edge. So that's the beauty of the iron-ons. They're a bit more flexible, so I can ease them in to perfectly match my fussy cutting. Now, I did have one of these finished, but I don't think I brought the finished one in. I think it's just longer because I've got that selvage there. So it was a bit thicker because I'm being skimpy on the fabric. Anyway, I'm going to get it eased in. Where there's a will, there's a way. What were we saying today, Trish? When you know what the rules are, you know how to break them and fudge them. Through the 2 points again, tie the knot. And then that's it. It's my 2 joined. And then I would just hit that with a bit of steam, which I don't. Hang on, we'll use a bit of spray. Let's go back out to half. Get some spray on it. Nice good of spray. Get my iron hot. And, oops, I put the fabric on the cord. Get a bit of cord length there. And I can just steam that in. Cotton fabric is very... Yeah, it might be the alpaca socks. Maybe that's what it is, Catherine. First time I've worn them, but I'm working up a sweat here. And look at that. See, you wouldn't even know that I eased in a whole 1/4 inch there because my gluing wasn't very good, or my cutting or something. And then it's lovely and flat, and it's all matching. So they're matching there, matching there. Yep, matching pretty well, actually. Right, so what I would do then, when I'm finishing one off, I just come back like 1/8 of an inch or something, and I take another 2 stitches and tie a knot, just so you don't end up with a loose thread right at the edge that might poke you out. And that's half of my diamond done. Now, you might be tempted to keep going around because, you know, we just joined one, so now we could just keep going and keep going. But the tip for diamonds is that I make 2 like that, okay? So I've got a straight edge and a straight edge. And I've just missed... Oh, Joe, yes, there's going to be lots of stories, isn't there? Apparently they were just lovely there. So, sorry, we're just talking back about the O&J Centre. So the tip with diamonds is that we do 2 halves, and then when we join it together, we just have a straight line to stitch. And we don't need to be trying to match all those points. So same way, I start here in the seam allowance up here and double knot to start. When you get to the middle, you make sure that you're lining up both ends and in the middle. When you get to the middle, just fold your little flaps out of the way. And where you've got the 6 points together, I just take it diagonally from one side through to the other side and then through each way on those 6 points so that you're pulling that center join in nice and close so that you don't have a hole in the center. So quite often you get that hole in the center there, but if you pass your needle through that way and then pass it through that way and then that way, you're going to pull all those 6 together, and you'll end up with your points all locked in together and no little hole in there. Because remember, it's nice and flexible. You haven't got stiff cards. You've got the nice flexible iron-ons in there, so you can fold it however you need to get perfect points. And then again, fudge it until you get to the other edge and make sure that that matches up exactly as well. So that's the tip to doing diamonds. If it was a 45-degree diamond and you've got 8 points on the star, then you would do 4 and 4. if it's 72, it's 5, so it doesn't quite work. You have to go around then. But yeah, so yep, that's how I do my diamonds. Might not be the only way, but that's the way that I work. It works best for me. So I will finish that one off afterwards, and I'll have that one done as well. And you'll get to see later in the year what it's for. But yes. So I've just watched on Insight Unblended Families. I haven't seen that one. I will have to search that out. Was it an episode tonight, or you've watched an old one? I will go back and find it. Insight have some really good things. So that's my little demo for tonight. You might have learnt a tip or two, maybe. Maybe not. But hopefully you did. And you'll see later in the year what it's for. Now, have I got any other news to tell you? Deal of the week still on till the end of tomorrow. It's a quilt pattern this week. What else have I got to tell you? I got an exciting email today, but I can't tell you that one. And so I'll just tease you with that one. I think that's it. So I guess we draw the have a play, Jeanette. It's really fun. It's tricky to find fabrics that work well because you want completely symmetrical fabrics, and completely symmetrical directional fabrics aren't the most popular in the marketplace, so you have to specifically pick out the ones that will work. Even a lot of the Tula ones aren't. Well, no, Tula aren't too bad. I find the Tula ones aren't completely symmetrical exact. So, and because they always, can get off warped when they're bolting them or steaming them. But yeah, once you start playing with fussy cutting, yes, it uses a lot more fabric and you have lots of holy fabric, but it's fun. It's fun to see it. Okay, so jar. Get a winner. We'll draw a winner. See who we've got tonight. Caroline Shepherd. Are you still here, Caroline? We'll give her a minute because I know it's delayed. Caroline, are you still here? Not sure. Now, Jo was heading to Adelaide on her holiday, so she was going to be bringing the kits for December over, but plans changed and she's not going that far now. So that's why I asked, you might have seen I asked on Facebook last week if anyone happened to be travelling to Tasmania on the boat from South Australia. But I haven't heard anyone. Caroline, are you still here? You were here quite early, so maybe you've had to go and clean up. Oh, no, she's still here. She's still here. All right, let Jo know if there's anything else you want. Otherwise, she'll send you a digital gift, but it might not be before she goes away. So she'll put it on her list. It might be after she gets back. Yeah. Okay, so that's it from me tonight. I've got some stitching to finish, I think. I'm up to level 136, I think, on my game, and I have been a bit stronger this week because they're getting really hard, and sometimes they take me 2 or 3 nights to get. Stay warm, Jeanette. Put a few quilts on, and we will see you all same place, same time next week. If there's anything in particular you want me to demonstrate, let me know during the week, and I could find something to show you. But otherwise, have a great stitchy week. Stay dry, stay warm or cool if you're in 37 degrees, wherever that was. And we will see you next week. Bye for now.